Hello there and welcome back to That Handicapping Show sponsored by TwinSpires.com. I'm Jason Chandler along with Tom Lamar and Rich Nilsson. This week our feature races are a pair of Derby preps from California, the Grade 2 Robert Lewis from Santa Anita and the Grade 3 El Camino Real from Golden Gate. Let's start with the Robert Lewis, which drew a field of 8, but most likely is going to go to a post with a field of 6 or 7. Cross entered in the race was Anthony's Cross, and we're not quite sure where he's going yet, but also Comet to the Top was cross entered in both races, and he is going to the Camino Real. So the Robert Lewis is left really with a heavy favorite in Tapizar, who's probably going to be odds on, and he deserves it because he's quite honestly he's not facing really any horse in here that has shown the ability to win a Grade 2 race. Tapizar is probably the leading Derby contender in California right now, and by all accounts, he's a serious horse for the Derby. I don't know about you guys, but I can't pick against Tapizar right now, even at odds on. How do you see it playing out, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, Jason. He's certainly the horse to beat. He's coming off a 103 burst speed rating in that last race, and that's a huge number at this time of the year for 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it was just as visually as impressive as it is on paper. So it would be definitely more interesting if Comet to the Top runs because he's a front runner. Tapizar is going to need to rate. He's only shown really a little bit of ability to rate, so it's not a. It wouldn't be a slam dunk if Comet to the Top, decided to go into this race. But Tapizar, coming off that race and the way he's been working since then, I can't go past him.
Now, Tom, you like Tapizar too. I guess the whole key to this race, from our perspective, if you're playing it, is do you try to find value with them, or you just play them straight on the nose?
Well, quite frankly, I have no intention of playing this race. Although I do have to invest $20 of the play money.
Yeah.
No, I would absolutely not touch this race because I think if he repeats his last start, he's gone. The extra 16th and all that, I think, not an issue with the horse. Visually impressive last time. I was contemplating just throwing the $20 to win on him, but I don't understand what purpose that would serve except not to lose more than I've already lost in the past month. Wagner, 10 Devils, Riveting Reason. I may just put them underneath the horse, no wheels, no boxes, just and see what happens.
Out of the horses other than Tapizar, I think 10 Devils is intriguing. He comes off turf, first time dirt, and has shown some talent. And Baffert is so hot now that it's hard to leave off Wagner if you're playing exotics. I mean, how would you?
Yeah, Wagner, he actually looked good in that last race. I saw that maiden win, and it was impressive on the numbers, though. 85 for a speed rating, nothing to be too excited about.
Yeah.
But he could certainly improve, and he's got Bejarano back aboard. If I were betting this race based on being forced to play $20,
which you are,
I would bet a $20 straight exacta over Comet to the Top. Which wouldn't, it's not going to pay that much, but it's going to pay a lot more than betting Tapizar to win.
He's not going here, then.
Well, I have an alternate. If he doesn't run, then I would split the $20 exacta into two $10 cold exactas over Wagner and Riveting Reason. I like the blinkers off. Not crazy about the horse. Horse has no will to win. But he's got some decent numbers, and I like the blinkers off angle on him.
Okay.
So,
I'm hoping to get 4 to 5 on Tapizar and win a whole $18 here. So I'm really stepping out. Let's move on.
4 to 5, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's
All right.
Again, we're down money here. The whole goal is to make a profit, so we're gonna.
Yes, we are down.
I'm gonna just inch away. Let's move on to the Camino Real, which is a little bit of a better betting race, especially if Anthony's Cross goes in here. Field of 8. Comet to the Top will be the favorite if he goes, and we expect him to. He won 5 straight races as a 2-year-old, including the cash call. He's a front-running type of horse, breaks from the rail, so he should have the lead. But this is at 9 furlongs, and I'm not so sure that he can get 9. I'm not, I don't think you guys really like him here either. I think he's a favorite that can be beaten here. The second choice is Positive Response, who won the California Derby, and I think that's who both of you guys like. Why don't you start?
Well, yes, but not really.
You have trouble making up your mind in California.
I really do. I struggle with it. But what we have is a Bawana Charlie, who is one, stretching out, but we'll try 1 mile and 1/8, and a Pomeroy, who also was won at 1 mile and 16th on the local track. But you just wonder, how far these horses are going to go. But again, when you look at the competition, we have a Smoke Black and Jake Sam who looks good, but and they've run well around 2 turns. This is another race I really don't like. I will pick Positive Response. I think he's I'll pick Positive Response. I just can't.
What do you like about him?
I like Positive Response also. In that last race at Golden Gate, there was a bias favoring closers. So he middle moved into a closer's bias. Probably moved too early, but he sustained that run and was very game in the lane and actually drew away in the final 16. So it was
good.
It was a solid effort. It was a 12-horse field. It was just a very good win. His barn's hot. He's been working well since then, so I think he's he's a legitimate horse. He has a little bit better pedigree than Comet to the Top, but Comet to the Top, he's a Bawana Charlie who's got a 6.3 average winning distance on the Briss pedigree distance ratings, which is really weak. But on the positive side, Stormy Atlantic has produced, who's the broodmare sire, has produced a lot of good turf runners, plenty of whom have won at 1 mile and 1/8. Also in Common to the Top's favors, he's got a significant edge on the prime power rating. He's been working like a monster down in Southern California.
Yeah.
His works are sensational. And he's undefeated at Golden Gate, so he obviously loves the Tapeta surface. So I'm going to do a saver, exacta, but I'm going to put most of my money on Positive Response to win.
Okay. Yeah. Comet to the Top is a horse to beat, but he's 6-5, and I don't think there's any value, especially a horse who's going to be lone on the lead there, and I don't think he's going to go wire to wire. I like the horse I like Jake Sam. He ran second to your guys' horse, Positive Response, last time in the Cal Derby. He's been an improving horse. He was soundly beaten by Comet to the Top in the Real Quiet Stakes, so. He's got some work to do here, but he won at Golden Gate. He also likes Golden Gate. He won on the Tapeta his last 2. He won an allowance. I'm sorry, he raced well on the Tapeta the last 2. He won an allowance and then ran second in the Cal Derby. But he's, I think he'll get the right trip here. I think he'll sit right behind the lead and he'll have first run on Comet to the Top. And he's got a really good local jockey who's hot, and nobody wins more races at Golden Gate than Hollendorfer. And I think he's 8-1 on the morning line, and if he's anywhere around that, I think he's the value in this race. So I'm hoping he can improve a little bit and beat the 2 favorites. I think Positive Response is 7-2. Do you expect him to stay around those kind of odds?
No.
No, I think it'll be more like 5-2.
Yeah.
Maybe 3-1.
And,
depends how much Comet to the Top gets pounded.
Yeah.
And I kind of like Bluegrass Reward as a closer in the race. His price should be high. He ran 3rd in the race that you just discussed, Jason, at 30-1. So I think he might hit the board.
Okay. All right. We're moving along on the Triple Crown Trail. We'll have a couple more to talk about next week. Rich, we're going to talk about the promotions, but first I want to congratulate you on finishing 8th in the National Handicapping Championship last week in Vegas, a couple weeks ago, I guess. And the Briss, all the Briss members did very well, huh?
Yeah, we figured it out. It looked like about 24 out of the top 30 prize winners were Briss members, and pretty much all of them were active Briss members, so we're pretty excied about that.
Yeah.
It was a great showing. I mean, all the handicappers of the year are members of BrissNet to date, but this was one of our best showings ever with 24 out of 30.
It's good.
So,
Great job.
yeah.
Is there any promotions this week from Briss? Or
Yeah, we have 2 promotions. We've got our biggest promotion of the year on BrissNet and Twin Spires, which is the free Ultimate PPs during the entire month of February. We've done that in years past, and it's back this year. And so you can download every track in the country or just the tracks you're interested in, and take advantage of the all the value-added ratings and trainer stats, pedigree stuff that's in the Ultimate PPs. And then also over on the Twin Spires side, we have a Super Saver promotion where if you pick the most exactas at 5 designated tracks, you could win a Todd Pletcher signed Super Saver Derby winning photo finish.
Nice.
So it's a pretty cool prize. People can check out the details under the contest and promos section of Twin Spires.
Okay. Sounds good. And thanks to Twin Spires and Briss, our sponsors. And thanks to everybody for watching. Good luck at all your wagering this weekend. For Tom and Rich, I'm Jason. Good day and good racing.